Hello, everyone. Hello. If you can hear me, say hi, say hello. It is another edition of the Incorruptible Women series, and I'm so excited to have you here. So, if you can hear me, so that I know I'm not doing this alone, can you say hi, say hello, so that I know we're together? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Say something so that we don't keep our guests waiting. Hello. If you can hear me, say hi. I just want us to be sure that we are live and I can. Okay. Well. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I just need somebody. I just have to wait for somebody to say yes. I can hear you for us to start in this evening. Just one person to say I can hear you. It's another edition of the Incorruptible Women series, and I'm so excited to be on your screen this evening. Good evening, everyone. The Paragon Pearls Initiative. Can we hear somebody saying hi? Oh, great. So it's another edition of the Incorruptible Women series, and today we have Madam Taiwo with us. She's going to be speaking on a very wonderful topic. I know she's passionate about this topic most especially. So I wasn't surprised when she agreed on this particular one when we decide on the topic. So, but today I would like her to first introduce herself, just like we usually do, and then afterwards, I'm going to tell us more about the topic before she kickstarts. So, Malantai will speak on, please. You're welcome.
From this part of the world where I am. And Madam Renike, thank you. Today has been somehow network is just not here and there.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping faith. So yes, my name is Taiwo Bankole. I like to stick with the Taiwo Bankole. I have a middle name, but I really hardly use it. Though I love the name
Oh.
too. So well, who is Taiwo? Taiwo is just this woman who is passionate about women. My pain gave me passion that I have. So pain turned into gain. So I am
Mm,
a ex speaker who
mm,
so is an author. I have four books. I have four books now. Two authored, three authored by me. Two are in hard copies. One is in soft copy, and there's this other
mm,
one that about 20 of us. I think we are 20 women
mm.
across the globe. We came
Wow.
together. Was this it was just the story of that book is amazing, but we are not going to that today. We
Mm,
came to we were chosen. Actually, we dropped our stories, and we were chosen, and the book is actually on Amazon. I will be having my own hard copies by next year, hopefully. So
mm,
it's amazing. I'm a women development coach, and I'm a very, very passionate woman who is a single mom enthusiast. I have two
mm,
kids. God has blessed me with two wonderful children, a boy and a girl. I'm also a
wow.
secretary. That's of me. People don't know much. I take it a
Yes,
guess.
I wasn't aware.
A twin. That's why Taiwo is part of my name.
Mm,
I'm a first twin. And yes, I come from a wonderful family who have been very, very supportive. And
mm,
yes, I love God. I love to sing. I love to
mm.
sing. So that is who
Great.
I am. And so,
Thank you so much. It's so great to have you here this evening. And guys, today we're going to be speaking on the topic gratitude is key to healthy living. That is a wonderful, as time goes on in life, no matter where you are or who you are, there is always a time where we need something to make us to consistently move on. And this kind of topic we're going to be discussing today is one of those areas as human that we cannot overlook. And thank God Madam Taiwo is there. She's loaded already. And just as our usual way, she's going to be speaking about 30 minutes plus or minus, so to speak. And we're going to hear while she speak. I want you all to drop your question in case you have any. I want you all to listen and engage throughout the session so that we can have another wonderful time again in the Incorruptible Women series section. Thank you. So, Madam Taiwo, you can go on.
so please permit me to say this before we start. I want to sing.
Oh, great.
Yes. So I'm not a pastor. Please, far from it. I'm just this Catholic. This, but I love to sing. So with this topic is I'm very passionate about it. Honestly, it is what has
Mm,
kept going. It is what has really helped me. So I'm going to
mm,
say this. You all know this song, so I'm going to sing this again. Count your blessings, name them one. Count your
and to blessing, see what God has done.
count your blessings, name them one by
January,
will
Jesus Christ,
has done. I don't, when I got, I think you gave me topics. I chose one.
yes.
Gratitude has turned to my way of life.
Mm,
Um, if I want to start from where I was coming from, I want to say that there's this. Let me start like that. There's this general belief that when you marry late, definitely you should marry right. I married at the age of 37 thereabout.
well,
Yes, here I am today again, a single mom. So if when I was getting married, I was like, oh yes, finally I am getting married because I really at a
mm,
point I didn't want to,
mm,
but I decided to, and it turned out that I didn't marry my friend.
mm,
Understand? And now, how can I now say that I should be grateful for what I went
mm,
through?
mm, mm,
Understand? People will be like,
mm,
despite that, she's still, But yes, I am grateful. If I did not go through those processes, I
mm,
won't be where I am today.
yeah,
The manifestation of gratitude comes in the form of emotion.
yeah,
When we want to manifest that we are grateful for something, it comes with a form of
mm,
emotion, which is like then the feeling or the desire to return back or to reciprocate that this person did this thing for me, and I need to show gratitude. And that is what we say when we now say that this person is grateful for this. Now I'm going to
mm,
talk about, I'm not a pastor, but just permit me to say this.
yeah,
That's Psalm 106 that says that give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his love endures forever. And when we look at the book of Psalm itself, it's full of praises. Most of the times it comes with thanksgiving.
mm,
Most of it comes with thanksgiving. Now, when we are talking about something that you are grateful for, why should you even be grateful for something in the first instance? Like me, why should I be grateful that I married late, I'm out of the marriage again?
mm,
You, I want you to let that keep ringing in your head while I go on.
mm,
There is
mm,
things that that they call dopamine, which is released into our body and encourages us to do more of whatever it is that we are doing at a present time. And according to the National Institute of Health, there is something called hypothalamus, which is activated when we feel gratitude or when we are kind to others or to maybe animals or whatever it is. When we are kind, that enzyme is released into our body. And this dopamine is the chemical that we call the feel good chemical. So when you are focusing on things that are not working, which makes you to be ungrateful, you will not feel good about yourself. And this is why we have to get to that point where gratitude becomes a way of life. Now, we're saying that gratitude is skill for a healthy or happier living. What is skill? Skill is that ability to do something until you become an expert at it. And even while you are an expert at it, you keep doing that particular thing. So that even when somebody wakes you up on the bed, you are able to give something in respect to that thing. Comes to the point where when you are facing difficulties, how many times do you even pause to say thank you, Jesus? To give you an example, we grew up together with my neighbor, and this year that day was a very black Sunday. She lost her son. The son died. This woman traveled for Redeem program. She came back to meet all of us in front of her house. My next door neighbor, in fact, she collapsed. We revived her and all of that. And do you know what this woman did? Songs of praise. I have never seen such faith in my life. Despite the fact that I said that I love to be grateful, I love to give thanks. That woman's faith, that day, I made it to myself again, all over again, that God, I do not pray for this, but please help to always be grateful unto you. I am telling you, this woman was singing praises, adoring God, and crying. Anybody that was there that day, we feel the level of faith that woman has. Now, when you have learned a skill, when you have learned a particular skill, it becomes, when you become an expert, you have that ability to keep doing that thing, and before you know it, you will be getting results from that thing. Now, what does gratitude do to you as a person? Gratitude is what people use as a yardstick, whether to be kind to you or to neglect you. Because normally, if you do something for someone and that person is not grateful, it's either you stop doing that thing or you stop recommending that person for anything. Because if somebody is ungrateful, you don't know how bad that person is going to be for the next person you are recommending that person to. And you don't want to lose faith or to lose your face with that other person. So you want to keep that your own dignity and stop referring an ingrate to someone. Now we are talking about Abba, the God of all gods. The I am that I am, who keeps us. Are we grateful to him? Whatever it is that comes our way, I have learned that there is always a purpose for everything. Every damn thing that happens to you, there is something that God is bringing out of it. Now, there is some people will just say, I don't know how to say thank you. When we talk about skill, it can be learned. And that is why gratitude can be learned. That is when we have children, we keep telling them, you say thank you after everything. They have there are 5 magic words, thank you, sorry, and all of that. So when we make it a habit to say thank you to people, It makes people to love us more. I am telling you. Then
mm,
it becomes easier for people who feel that I can't say thank you. I am not used to it. It becomes easier when you say it. Yorubas will say kolenu. It will no longer koelenu. It will be something that you will say with ease.
mm,
There's no way that you will feel awkward when you are saying it. It becomes your way of life and you are very, very comfortable saying it.
mm.
Now, there are some quotes that I kept somewhere because I love them. So I'm going to read them to you. This one is by Melody Beatle. It says, gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. This is one major problem that we go through. Human needs are always insatiable. We are always looking for the next thing. So now she's telling us that gratitude turns what you have into enough. Like if it is only gari and granite that you have in the house, when you are grateful that God has even deemed it fit to provide that gari in this day and time that gari is 400 naira per Congo. Yes, you'll be able to say thank you, Jesus, for this food and take it with joy. It makes what we have to be enough for us. Now, the second one is by James Allen. It says that no duty is more urgent than giving thanks. When we give, hmm, I told you now that my son was just from the discharged from the hospital.
Yeah.
It's almost a week of back and forth, sleeplessness and all of that.
Mm,
But in all these things, I kept saying thank you. And even while I was in the hospital, I found more reasons to say my own case is even better. God, I
mm,
give you. Do you understand?
yeah.
Now, why am I saying this? There is nothing as urgent as saying thank you. Like
Mm,
when we slept in the hospital and we woke up the next day, the boy is not dead. Ah, Oluwa mo dupe. I am grateful, Lord, that this boy is alive. There is nothing as urgent as saying thank you to God. Even if that is the only thing you will say when you wake up from your bed, make it a habit. The Bible says, let your prayers of thanksgiving be more than what you are requesting for. So let us make gratitude a habit. And the last quote I'm going to talk about is enjoy the little things. For one day, you may look back and realize they were the big things.
mm,
Enjoy the little things. For one day, you may look back and realize they were the big things. This was
mm.
said by Robert Brooks. What are those things that you are saying, God, this is not enough for? What is that thing that has happened to you before that you felt like, God, you didn't do me well? What is that thing that you are saying, God, had it been it were to be me? Why should it always be you? Why can it not be that next person? And this is why my life has always been gratitude. Stop looking at other people's garden. Appreciate what you have and keep watering it in your own little way. Now, let's now say this. What are the strategies that you can use to become a grateful person in order to be happier? Fix your mind on gratitude. I cannot overemphasize this. Fix your mind on gratitude. Gratitude is just the best thing you can live for. The best thing you can live for, because when you are grateful, God gives you more. I always say this: gratitude is like a door opener for doors that have been closed. When you keep making it a habit to be grateful, God will be opening doors and be saying, if I should, I'm doing these tiny things for this girl and she's rolling on the floor telling me thank you. If I do big things, she will do more for me.
Yeah.
Establish gratitude as a habit. How can you establish gratitude as a habit? What habits do you have that makes you to be grateful? For somebody like me, anytime I want to feel bad for what happens to me, I remember that this present state that I am, I was begging God to take me away from the state of depression. And here
mm,
I am, no longer depressed. And that is the one habit that I have, that I am grateful that I am no longer depressed. So whatever
mm,
it that I want to be grateful for, I will place it on it that God, I thank you that state of depression has left me, and I'm praying that you do this for me. Now, always look out for things that gladdens your heart.
yes.
Look for things that you will, maybe you are someone that loves shoes. It could be as little as that. What is that thing that you're grateful for? Your children, your husband, your family, your job, your everything that you have, you're grateful for. Please make it something that when you think about something that makes you happy, and that is it. I don't want to take too much of your time, but let me say this also. I don't want to miss out on this. Our
Please,
relationship
please.
and attitude. What is the connection? What is the connection between our relationship with God and gratitude?
Mm,
Now, I wrote some things down. Did you know that gratitude is an attitude and response, thankfulness to God's kindness? Being grateful is, you know, something that God has done, the kindness of God. Then being grateful is your response to God, that God, I thank you for being kind to me. I thank you for what you have done for me. Now, one thing we should always remember, and this is why many of us do not get what we want, because we have this self-entitlement thing.
mm,
Mercy is not deserved, it is a gift. We do
mm,
not have the mercy of God. God has just made it something that He wants out of His goodness, the goodness of His heart, to give unto us. So it is a gift. Now, an important fact that will always make us grateful is that the goodness, the blessings, and the mercies of God that we have is not by our righteousness. Not that we deserve them. I am a sinner, a poor one at that. But God is keeping me alive, giving me what I need, answering my prayers, making me hale and healthy. Whatever I ask for Him, He does for me. I do not deserve it. He just feels that, oh, let me bless this child. And when we think about that, we will always remember. Now, gratitude is what I call a conduit pipe between us and God, even between us and other people. It is like a conduit pipe. It teaches us to focus more on God and his magnitude love for us. And it helps us to overcome whatever we are afraid of. When we are grateful, we key into it. It's like I'm using this person as a point of contact for this thing that I am asking for. So now, if I'm saying that, I'll be able to remove being afraid from whatever it is that I'm doing and focus more on the power of God, the awesomeness of God to meet me at that point of need. Now, it gives us more joy and we appreciate God more, and it strengthens us spiritually. I know that some of us, maybe Mama too, when you are praising, because I've observed this more. When I praise more, I go into the spirit more. So when we are grateful, when we give thanks, it takes us to some spiritual level than when we keep asking. So that is why we should make gratitude something that, like your second skin. Make it like your second skin. Some people will say, she's just saying it's a scam. No, I can't believe this one. But I'm saying that it means that you are choosing to focus your time, your attention, and everything that you have on what has worked for you before. And that is why we always cast our minds back to what God has done or what is working presently. Is there something you're asking God for? You are seeing green light and you tap into it and keep saying, God, please do this for me. And then you are believing that this thing is going to be done as well. Now, it is an intentional route to great mental health. Because when you are grateful, depression will flee away from you. When you are grateful, you will not be envious of this other person. You will not be jealous of this other person. Rather, you will thank God for that person and ask God to do your own for you. And it is happiness. Once you develop the habit or the skill to be happy, to be grateful, it is happiness. Now, Dr. Carp said something. He said your physiological well-being depends on the things that happen to you and more on the things that you pay attention to. So what are you paying attention to? What are you paying attention to? Are you paying attention to what is not working? Are you paying attention to what you wish to have? Or you are paying attention to that thing or those things that God has blessed you with? Now, let me conclude this by saying that gratitude will shift your brain's attention to always being happy. The benefits of gratitude are plenty, very, very plenty. But then I'm going to say that it's going to strengthen you. It's going to improve your relationship with people. Your network will widen because nobody is interested in an ingrate. And then it's going to improve your health. Your self-esteem will get a boost. It will reduce stress and is going to help you to focus on the present and stop looking at what is not working, but rather what you have. Thank you, Mama. I can't hear you again, oh.
Yes, I muted myself. Thank you so much, Mama. That was a great session. So, in case anyone asks question while I take on this question, let me know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are speaking on gratitude, and you said so many things. You in fact you make it, you drive it more home by sharing your current experience because our guests had a lot of issues over the week. Our son were hospitalized, and as of yesterday, when I was confirming to her that today's the day, she was wow, but she still deemed it fit to be here with us. So tell us, please help me appreciate this woman. She's just so wonderful. I want to say thank you very much for honoring us. So back to my question, we've always been talking about gratitude and all of that, I see you a lot of time. There was a time I watched one of your series where you mentioned that every day you write something down and then drop somewhere. I think you call it something, maybe gratitude jar.
Tuja is there, yes.
Yeah, gratitude jar that you always keep every day. So I know you are someone that loves, or maybe you're working towards that. You're always working to ensure that that happens. But the question is this: we are women, and a lot of times situations do happen. If we react to situation, does that mean we are not showing gratitude? I don't know.
Mama,
Because
yeah, it means that we are in tune with our emotions.
okay,
It
okay,
means
so
that actually in tune with your emotions. But then, you know, like something happened in my office. I was still running around when my son was hospitalized just this week. I was running around to get some drugs that were prescribed they don't have in the hospital. So I got a call from someone, a colleague in the office. He was asking me something, and I told him that I'm actually on my way to get drugs for my son. This man did not even listen to what I was saying. Hmm? And he kept making his own request about something that I'm supposed to
mm,
have done, which he did not know. I didn't say anything, quietly cut the phone. After I
mm,
finished doing, oh, come and see me now. After I finished buying the medications, I got everything that I needed. I called him. I said, why is it that most times when people need something, you focus too much on yourself and you don't listen to this other
mm,
person? But
mm,
I said, hold on. I didn't allow him talk. I said, I'm calling you, so listen to me. I told him
mm,
that has been hospitalized and looking for drugs,
mm,
trying to make
mm,
sure that I get all the drugs that he needs, and you're asking
mm,
me for one payment that is due to you that I've done before I left the office, you
mm,
know. And I read for him more. And he was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Reacting and reacting to situations does not make us to be ungrateful.
Okay.
Makes us to be human. But then when we get to a point, we need to calm down and say, okay, how do I move on from here?
Yeah.
And this has
Thank you
also
so.
so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Then, what advice would you give to someone that, yes, they understand the importance of gratitude. They understand that is actually giving is give a kind of relief to self. But oftentimes they find themselves in that situation where the challenges or the environment, weigh them down to the extent that they couldn't help themselves. Would be your advice to such individual?
Mama, one thing I have learned, sometimes we don't want to move from a situation. If it is
Mm,
family, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not sorry to say it again. There are some family members that will want to frustrate every of your efforts.
yeah.
My sister, I say this, it is not compulsory that you keep in touch with people that will not allow your mental health to be balanced.
Mm,
I have done this and it has
mm,
worked for me. If you are
mm,
creating a means of negativity in my life, I weed you out. Because I've gotten to a point where my mental health is very, very important.
importance. Mm,
I said this sometimes the choice might not be there for you to move away from a particular environment. But the little
mm,
things around you that can make you comfortable and have sanity, make use of it. If
mm,
it is staying too much in the house that is causing these things, you can decide to make use of the church. Maybe sometimes you pick some of your things, go
mm,
there, spend most of your time
mm.
there, and when you are
In church.
back home and come and
Mm,
sleep.
mm,
Or you have someone trusted that you can talk to. I do this.
mm. Yeah.
I unburden that weight onto somebody else.
Mm,
And that
yeah.
person refreshes me. And when it is
Mm,
her turn, she unburdens on me, you know,
mm,
and I refresh her. That is why
mm.
relationships should be mutually beneficial. If it is
Yeah.
one-sided, you are going to have a problem because when that person drains you completely, you will
Mm,
have nowhere to be refreshed except to
yeah.
take it back to Christ. So it
Mm,
is important that we are careful of our environment and what you see, what feeds your mind. All this nonsense news on the TV. I have stopped listening to news. I was once a very in fact an addict of news and all of that. Ask my children what station I watch, they will tell you news. But when it was becoming a case for me that Nigerian problem is becoming Taiwan's problem, I stopped. Do you understand? So try and
yes.
remove
Mm,
everything that destroy your peace of mind. You know,
mm,
mental health is important. I was very depressed woman. If I share my story
mm.
of depression with you, you will pity me. I have vowed. I had to go for treatment, and that is why I tell people being
Well.
depressed is not a crime now. When you please go for treatment. So we're not talking
Mm,
about depression, but we are talking about the environment. So please, if it is your
yes.
family, anybody, your friend, anybody, husband, anything, make sure that you spend less time in the company of that
It's a-
person or individual or
mm.
environment for you to get better.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And this is very, very key because most of the time, society wants us to feel we
Hello,
are
Mama.
very strong. Can you hear me? Can please anyone just
I
confirm
can
you can
hear
hear me?
you.
I can hear you clearly. Audience, please let me know if you can hear me very well.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, great. All right. So I'm saying that the society wants us to believe that we can play strong, you know, all the time. That we need to come out strong. come out and show our strength. So everybody will be hailing us. So women or audience, in case I have more than women listening to us, because everybody really needs it. She just mentioned something very, very critical. For us to work, for us to work on our mind that will breast gratitude, we need to watch the kind of environment we find ourselves, the kind of people we spend our time with. And that way we'll be able to sanitize ourselves and be able to, work on things, because gratitude actually comes from the inside. And if the inside is not really well taken care of, it is very difficult for us to show gratitude. So even though the society wants us to play strong sometimes, I want us to deliberately, intentionally work on ourselves. Work on ourselves, because the world is out there, and there are a lot of things that will be thrown to us as human. So it's now left for us to bring the best out of us per time, not only for the society, but first for ourselves. First for ourselves. The topic said that gratitude is skill for happier living, meaning is a kind of skills that we have to deliberately work on. She mentioned that it may not be something easy, but it's something we just have to deliberately work on because of ourselves. Because of ourselves, we have to. So Adekoya Blessings mentioned something. Let me bring that up. She said, we have a man listening. Okay, okay. He said a man is listening with a corner here. No problem. It's everybody's talk. So because everybody needs to show gratitude, and it's a skill that we must all learn. The skill that we must all learn. And like I said the other time, a lot of us are fighting to show ourselves to be strong in the public. We want to be seen as a strong woman, strong men. We want to show ourselves as, okay, I am capable. We don't want to show our vulnerability to people. But she just mentioned sometimes you may have somebody you can confide in. Because sometimes the issue that people have is that they don't want to talk about their issues. They keep quiet about everything. And once you keep quiet, you bottle things up, it will get to a state that it's just like a gas. If you bottle it up to a point, it will explode. So you don't have to bottle things up. What we are saying is that the heart that the gratitude is coming from has to be well nurtured,
Yes.
right? Ms. Bankole, has to be well nurtured. It's something you have to well nurtured. If not, we would find it difficult to even bring anything gratitude from such man. So thank you very much for this. Moment. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Do you have any question from the audience? Okay, I think everybody appreciates your message today. Do you have any question? I hope from now we all can learn the skill of gratitude. And she mentioned something the other time that on each day, because I've seen her talk about gratitude before, that she have a gratitude jar, like something. It might be like, maybe you should just describe to our audience.
Let me bring my jar. Let me bring.
So this is a practical life. It's not this guys. This is a practical life. It's not something that somebody is trying to frame a theory around. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
I Yes, this is my gratitude jar. I drop it inside. I write, I drop, I write, I drop. If you don't want
Mm,
to do it, you can get a jotter. This is
okay,
me, a jotter. You can get and just use it to write. Though
okay.
sometimes you might not be able to do this daily, so that it will not be too cumbersome. You can
Mm,
just have a view of what happened to you during the course of the week. Do you
mm,
understand? Course of the week, what is that thing that you are most grateful to God for? What is that, things like that. So just try as much as possible, despite everything that you are doing or that is happening to you, the challenges that you might be facing, pick something to be grateful for.
mm, mm.
Something,
How?
honestly.
Yeah,
That's
and there will always definitely be something. If not anything, the fact that you can even speak. or that you can even move. The fact that you can open your eyes is a whole lot. Is a whole lot because when it comes to life and ailments, you appreciate good health.
Honestly,
You appreciate good health. And that's why sometimes when you look around and feel "Oh, there is really nothing," think about yourself and say, "Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for life." Because the moment, I always say something, the moment you can still wake up every day, Mama, there is hope. And that is enough to be thankful for.
what are you
There is
talking?
hope, and that's
Ah,
enough to be thankful for. So, guys, I think we're already charged enough to know why we have to show gratitude. If there's any reason why we're thinking that, oh, I'm
okay,
not
but
fit enough, I'm not fit enough, she has shared her experience, which should naturally, for some women, it's practically end their life. Like they cannot speak again. But with all of that, she still find her feet. Yes, it's not easy, but with God, she's still showing that gratitude. And that so now talk of some of us that will still have one or two things that we can easily point to say, okay, this is working out for me. We should be grateful. We should be grateful. And thank you so much for this section, Mama. I really appreciate. Do you have any final word for our audience?
okay, what I want to say now is this. Sometimes that thought just came to my mind. What breaks most people is what other people tell them.
Mm, 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 mm,
If you have noticed that a particular set of people, a particular group, or whatever it is, that there is someone or a group of people that is always trying to bring you down,
mm.
do something for yourself today. Move away from that
Move
person.
away.
That thing will not always affect you. I don't know who this is for, but that
Mm,
just popped in my mind. Please, if
yeah,
been doing that to you and it is breaking you down, because this thing has to do with our mental health,
yeah, oh, yeah.
a point where there is no going back to becoming sane all over again.
Mm,
Please move away from that environment and you'll be
yeah.
better for
Mm. And if it has to do with us muting some people, even online, mute,
it. Why?
block for your own health. Please
Yes,
mute,
so
block for your own health sake. Thank you so much. This is a wonderful session, and I believe every one of us has picked one or two things. Even if you know before, it's just a reminder to you that this is just one thing you cannot do away with. And the whole lesson is for us to have a happier living. So even if you are happy at the moment, you can actually achieve more. So that's the whole lesson. And if you feel you're not so happy, what it means is that you can actually be happy. And I wish us a wonderful life, a happier life, a joyful life, free of, life situation that will make us drowned. And once you are drowned in life, there's really nothing we can bring out of things that we're doing and will not be drowned by the grace of God in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you so much once again. And everyone who will meet next month with another great speaker in our midst. Have a wonderful time. Bye.